What? Oh, there we go. Receiving your content. Oh. You are live. Excellent!
Ah!
Alrighty. Let's finish. Let's finish the sunshine of the shine variety. Oh yes.
Shine of the sun and of the...
I mean, you need the sun in order to have the shine because clean is better than dirty.
We're alive. We're alive?
Then,
ah, crap.
But how do we exist? What are things? Okay, so let's clarify. What do we need? Alrighty.
Everything. Yeah, that's what we need. We need all the things.
Okay, so Noki Bay, Pianta Village are the two outliers.
Yeah. Pretty diligent about everything else.
Yeah. Is it a secret stage? No, it's this one.
It's the boss.
It's the boss.
It's the boss.
Ely mouth's dentist, but I didn't go to dentist school. Hey, hang on, what is that?
I'm not sure. What is that? Not scaling right.
I don't know.
Oh, got it. Damn it, Chrome. Do things right. There we go.
Have I ever gotten any code from Factor 5? No.
The answer is no. They've kind of been dead for a while.
Well, they came back.
I know! That's why I said for a while.
Yes. Factor
They
5...
were kind of dead for a while.
Oh yeah, no, totally. But Factor 5 transcends death, apparently.
Factor 5 does not understand the concept of death. It looks at death and just takes a nap.
I mean, they hack hardware so much to get they want. Why not life itself?
Exactly. It'll be very interesting to see what they do, and if Disney understands that they can actually make a good Star Wars game. Although supposedly, although I haven't really been paying attention to the new EA Battlefront, that one might actually be more akin to real Battlefront.
It looks like it, anyway.
Yeah. Because they also got rid of all the stupid bull crap.
You've received some code from some guys? Cool.
Nice.
Hello.
It's the old man.
It looks like you're ready. The gunk in the ocean is caused by a giant eel. Poisonous eels in this lake.
Wrong game.
It's never an inappropriate time to, It's never an inappropriate time to bring Jak and Daxter references into things. I'm just imagining, like,
You do not need a laughing pirate sounding. You don't need this. No!
Why not? You could, he's great at birthdays. He's great at birthday parties.
No, he's not. Stop this. Stop it. Stop it now.
Tell me, is my fresh new baby a boy or a girl? It's poisonous eel.
We've already lost him. We've been shooting for like 5 minutes, and we've already lost the host.
Oh my god. Oh my. Rise up, Lord Vader. Yes, monster. Rise.
Be a dentist. And if only brushing your teeth was this easy.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's still pretty easy.
But I mean, like, to have perfect cleanliness.
Oh yeah.
There's so much other stuff you gotta do.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to grab those coins.
Coins sound like a great idea.
Yeah, especially with this health situation.
The eel joke is from a game called Jak and Daxter. It came out years ago on the PlayStation 2, and then in a collection for the PlayStation 3, correct?
Yes.
Where they actually made it all HD and stuff.
Yes.
It was nice.
Yes. Tis a very good game. If you like collectathons,
Only the first one. There are other games, but we don't really... If you like the more traditional collectathon, we don't talk about the second and third game.
I mean...
They were from the edgy era.
I like 2 and 3 more than Jim Blade does, but yeah, I definitely prefer the first one.
Yeah, I really don't like them. Well, I never played 3, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
It looks more of the same as 2, but with less edge.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, and it ties up some of the story elements more from, like, it ties itself more in with the original, I feel, narratively at least.
Yeah, but they really basically just completely
changed identity at that point.
Changed out the entire game out and everything. It's just kind of like... It's nice that they kind of made sense, but it never should have deviated like it did in the first place.
Yeah.
It's like, yay, there's all these connections, but you rub yourself in a hole, and then you just continue digging it deeper, and then you kind of filled it in a little bit. But for the most part, it's still a deep hole.
Yeah. Oh. Coins. I like coins.
What about turtles?
I like turtles.
You like turtles?
I like turtles.
Okay, he likes coins and turtle.
Yes.
I don't think the eel likes turtles.
No. It ate a turtle. That's why its teeth are so bad.
It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Why, yes, it had... See, that's why its teeth are so gunky.
All the pizza?
Yeah, it was all the... It wasn't just some pizza, it was all the pizza. Little known fact, the turtles in that show, they never digest out the pizza. The pizza just remains in their essence. It makes them stronger.
Yes. Now, that's kind of an interesting point that you brought up, that certain games kind of feel inconsistent. Well, I guess, no. But I'm going to go with what I was going to go with anyway. Because one of the things that we were talking about the other day, not on stream,
yes.
was this whole idea of, like, there are certain franchises where you actually need every game to fit together in some kind of canonical way. And then you got Mario games.
Where that's really not necessary.
Where there is no canon. It's just, what can Nintendo think of next?
Yes.
And no one cares. Because they play the game, generally they're kind of fun.
Yes. It also helps that the games aren't necessarily the most story-driven.
Yeah, but they have a story. It's just that we don't need a canon. There is, like, if you say there's a Mario canon, you're honestly thinking too hard. There is no such thing as a Mario canon.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Oh boy. Alright, I'm on the last couple of teeth.
Trying to get eaten, that's what you're trying to do.
Yes, but I'm also trying to get in close enough proximity that I get it for a little bit, but ultimately... Yeah, alright, come on now. Just clean. Good.
Just took out another tooth.
Yay. I am good dentist.
You're a terrible dentist. You are not saving teeth.
Well, some teeth can't be saved. Hello.
You probably don't want to be there.
You don't say. Oh, I got more help. Excellent.
That happened.
Bubbles.
Nice. Okay. Come on, get that gold tooth. He's a pimp. Dizzy pimp daddy of Milky Bay.
Excellent.
Interesting.
Remember to take proper care of your teeth.
Thanks, Nintendo.
Don't be a pimp daddy. Have you guys had any interest in hacking games, seeing all the assets and stuff? It's not been a keen interest of mine. I mean, on one hand, it kind of depends on the game.
Like, it could be interesting, but just changing it out is just going to be more of a hassle than it is to just play the game.
It also depends on the game's development. Like, I'd be really interested to see inside Universal Soldier for the Genesis to see if they have some of the Turrican 2 remnants. Or there, like, some of the stuff they replaced. Like, if they actually, like, did they ever have a prototype of, like, the spaceship sections or whatnot? Or if they... Like, I'd be interested to seeing that. I'd also be interested to just see
it's
a hack.
amazing how much is just left in games that are never actually used by the final product.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's also kind of understandable. I mean,
But I don't understand why they end up just pushing it out to the final copies. That's more of what I guess I'm trying to get at. It's like they spend up, like they just throw a bunch of unused stuff into the final product.
I think it's more they never remove it.
Still just strange how it's there. You'd think that the game would have absolutely only what it needed in it.
Yeah.
Because that's more of what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Though sometimes in order to make sometimes when you're like making a game or whatnot, it kind of becomes how do I say this? You don't know how much you're going to use something or how far you're going to go along with it until you actually do it.
That's what I'm trying to get at. But when you're done and making the gold copy, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah.
You know, just
sometimes it's more work to.
Oh, I know. It's most likely just because it's more work. But it was always kind of surprising that they would still have it in like really old games back when space was actually a premium.
Yeah.
You know, there's still definitely like probably even like in the gold and silver games, there's probably hidden assets and unused things in those cartridges, in those ROMs, and yet they couldn't include the Safari Zone because of space. Not saying like, oh, because of this now, that's why we didn't get the Safari Zone.
Right.
But it's just sort of interesting change. I'm gonna screw this up again.
No, I managed to be quite ahead of him, even though I was initially behind him.
Okay, good. At least you didn't fall off this time.
But I made quite the good recovery the last time, if you remember.
No, you died. I'm pretty sure you died. I forget.
You don't remember me scaling up the mountain?
I do, but you still missed it.
No, I won that time.
No, I'm talking about...
Oh, the
village.
Pianta Village. Yeah, no, I did not.
The village!
The village. But then I refined my technique there. I I did good.
Yes. No. When you were at the beach, yeah, that was great. That was fantastic when you were at the beach. You just completely told gravity to screw off. Gravity and physics. Need not apply to Mario.
No.
Mario don't care. So, one of the things that I kind of found was interesting, and yesterday when we spoke about this, is the way that Nintendo is marketing Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
They put them, as you and I have already mentioned this, they mentioned it in an interesting way, as they only compared it to 64 and Sunshine. So, technically, Galaxy was never actually, although as much as people like to seem to point as it, to being a sequel to Sunshine, because it was the next 3D Mario platformer. And honestly, wouldn't it be bizarre to have it be mistaken for that when it came out?
Yeah, no, and not only was it, but it was seen as more similar to Mario 64 when it came out, even though that's, when you actually look at the level design and how it's set up, it is completely false. It has the same level structure,
Yeah,
it has the same level of progression, and same style of how the levels are linked together and formula in that sense, but the levels themselves are designed much more akin to the 2D Mario games in that sense, while retaining more of a sense of exploration.
Yeah, but it's just sort of interesting, though, because you kind of would just sort of make it look like... You would think Nintendo would try to make it look like they weren't sitting on their hands for the last, like, more than 10 years.
Yes.
Since 2002, basically.
The Shell's secret,
They're basically saying that it took them...
Took them...
15 years?
Yeah.
Basically 15 years to make another proper 3D Mario platformer.
The Galaxy was great.
No, it was. But it's just, like I said, I just kind of would have assumed that they would have said since 2007's Super Mario Galaxy rather than 1998's or 99's Super Mario 64 and 2002's Super Mario Sunshine. There is no mention of Galaxy in its product description.
Yeah. Also, very nitpicky minor correction. 64 was 96.
Okay, so I don't remember these numbers. I remembered Sunshine because we kind of loaded up a lot. I don't have the Nintendo 64 emulator. So, or a Nintendo 64. So, I don't really have the information for that.
Yes.
So, why did you climb that? There was no need to climb that.
It's fun.
Okay.
That's what I like about these games. You could just kind of goof off when you want to.
But it's nice, though, to see that with the Switch. Nintendo seems to really just be trying.
I'm really happy with this thing so far. The Switch. Like, honestly, this might end up being my favorite Nintendo console since the GameCube.
Yeah, it seems to be pushing that away. Like, very strong first-party titles.
Oh, yeah.
Very strong.
I mean, it opened with Breath of the Wild, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Wow, that game was good.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yes, he owns Breath of the Wild. I am waiting for it to get closer to Odyssey's release to get a Switch, and then I'll get a Switch with a pre-order of Odyssey as well as just Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
I was hoping for a third game to be announced that's like actually exclusive to the platform.
Metroid Prime 4!
And that's not currently a series that I am super interested in, so it cannot be a selling point.
Yeah.
I know people love them, but I don't know enough about it to really want to.
I could honestly see you getting into them, honestly.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah. I have the first and third games, and they're really good. I need to get my hands on the second one. The only problem is it's a Metroid Prime game, and they're not that easy to get a hold of. Like, when I see copies in the wild, they're typically not that cheap.
It's old software.
Well, it's also old software that has demand.
Are you sure they weren't proud of Galaxy? I thought that.
I'm pretty sure they were, and they have every right to be.
Two that they had the issue with.
Uh,
Because Galaxy 2 to the developers was more of a DLC.
that they had to turn into a full game.
Someone told them to turn into a full
Miyamoto
game.
did.
Miyamoto. Come on, Miyamoto. You're normally all about making sure everything's like super creative. Why the heck did you try to turn a DLC into a full game?
Because it was that kind of time, unfortunately. Oh, well, he made a lot of decisions like that. He made a lot of decisions.
Is he trying his act together now?
It's kind of hard to say.
I'll just see what happens with Odyssey.
Yeah. Though it's also, it depends on how much involvement he has with Odyssey.
But it's Mario. He is Mr. Mario.
Yeah. I don't think he's directing it, though.
Wow.
I think, it's been heavily publicized that this game is being made by a lot of newer blood.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that red thing's a little messed up.
What red thing?
Go down. Oh, now it's moving. Okay.
Aha. Excellent. Time for secret stage.
Time for hell.
Yes. Alright, now how did we have the save states set up?
I don't know.
Let's see.
You can, Okay.
Excellent.
You're on.
Our Pac-Man Mode 1 GBA, Pac-Man Mode 2 GBA. Yeah, the GBA, those are all seemingly except for Pac-Man Party. The GBA ones were pretty...
Talking about Pac-Man versus on the GBA was fantastic.
But, no, that's not one of the ones listed.
I'm just saying it was fantastic.
I mean, it was, yeah. I'm glad that they're bringing it back.
Because it was great on the GBA, because you had to plug it into your GameCube.
Yeah.
That's still kind of neat, though, how GBA was able to load game data through that communication port.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. They got a lot of mileage out of that.
Well, you're going to have to deal with those wonderful secret stages.
How am I? I'm doing pretty good, despite secret stages.
definitely had a lot of fun with these levels. By fun, they want to make us suffer.
None.
Good job. Don't hit that other button.
Oh boy. But like on the note of the Pac-Man GBA ones, like I'm impressed that they managed to port the original Pac-Man world from the PlayStation to the GBA in an isometric platformer form and have it be pretty intact.
That's pretty creative.
Yeah. So no, do I prefer playing it on an actual PlayStation? Well, duh.
But why would you not prefer a gimped version of the game? It's technically gimped.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of the thing. But at the same time, I appreciate it. I've had fun with it. Just not as much as on the PlayStation. Okay. Okay.
Oh, weren't we like trying to work on this? No. We had to jump like the similar. Oh wait, no, that was on the actual GameCube.
Yeah.
That's right. We were doing this on hardware the other day.
Yeah.
And one of our the other friend that was here last time.
Yes.
Go back. Go back. We have to tell the story.
Thank you.
We didn't lose any health.
Excellent.
Well, we'll get back there when. When I'm trying to tell the story of the location, it would be best for storytelling purposes to stay in the area.
But I wasn't aware that initially that the location was that important.
How else would I have recognized the level other than the part in which the shenanigans occurred?
What? Pac-Man was performed by cut out a lot of levels. It only cut out like a couple. And the bosses were missing. Yeah, they were.
Well, that's quite a few. Bosses are missing.
Yeah.
If all the bosses are gone, then it is a major downgrade.
Well, the final boss is there. But yeah. Okay.
Go, Mario, go! Oh, I did that. You never actually finished the conversation that I was bringing up about how the Mario games just kind of go all over the place. And it's okay.
I think the point has been made.
Okay, point was made enough. Okay. Because it's just sort of neat, though, how it is a franchise that you really don't actually need it to be that way. You know, you just kind of go off and do the same thing.
Yeah. The only time I could think of where people got pissed off about that was, again, Galaxy 2.
Well,
Because
it was
you
also
know,
the first time they actually made a direct sequel to a 3D Mario platformer. So anyway, what happened here is our friend managed to go back, go towards the ledge. Not the ledge to the left. There you go. Now turn the camera down. So our friend managed to get himself stuck down here. Down below where Mario is standing right now. We were telling him no the whole time. Because it kind of was annoying to get up here. Although we now know the secret. Or now re-familiar. The secret's familiar again. I guess is the best way to put it. Trick. And yeah. Much yelling was had. And laughing. Anyway.
Excellent. Alrighty.
That's not even my fault.
It wasn't. Pac-Man World 3 was garbage. Yes, it was. Yes. Yes. World 3 is garbage.
Pac-Man World 3? Garbage? What are you talking about?
Did you get sleep last night, or?
Yes, I did. Sometimes people yawn.
Oh.
I got plenty of sleep compared to having to go to bed at night and wake up at 4:30 in the morning because of job and long commute.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes.
Well, just buy a Switch. That's the answer. The Switch is basically proper gaming, once again. It has the creativity of actual gaming compared to
Yes.
Xbox and PlayStation. Xbox and PlayStation are basically just been doling out the same things that the 360 did. And the PS3. There is literally no change. You have to admit, that's true though, right?
Yeah.
That those two consoles are basically doing the same thing, just, slightly flashier graphics.
So honestly,
meanwhile, Nintendo goes around, makes cartoony games. Look at this game. This game's over 10 years old. Yes, the emulator is rendering it at a higher resolution than it was originally designed for. But at the same time, it looks pretty damn good considering its age. And hacks.
hacks.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Like, yes, I'm rendering it at 1080, but everything else in this game was designed still with that. So if it looks this good, it literally was just the fact that the GameCube couldn't output a higher resolution.
Yep.
Not necessarily that the hardware couldn't, just that the hardware wasn't designed to.
Yes.
In terms of what was available on televisions at the time.
Yes.
Because honestly, it's either Dolphin is really good at making textures bigger, or Nintendo put some really good textures in this game. I have a feeling it was Nintendo put good textures in the game.
Well,
and that the GameCube, just because it was limited to 480, just displayed it all in 480, but was processing at a better rate.
All right.
Dirty cheater.
Can you blame me at this point?
Not really. Also, I just noticed that stuff appears outside of the capture area. But they would have found out. Nice save.
Yes. Thank you.
That's what I love about the physics in this game. You can save yourself really easily sometimes, in ways that you really shouldn't have. Oh! Oh!
But no, back to the PS4 and the Xbox One thing.
Boring.
Yeah, but honestly, no, the PlayStation 3 was legitimately my favorite console of the 7th generation.
Which one was?
The PlayStation 3.
Oh.
It legitimately had a really good library on it.
Because like I said, it was sort of at the end of... Those consoles sort of started up right at the end of actual gaming in a way. And by that I mean like when creators were still being somewhat original and not just constantly rehashing the same thing nowadays.
Yeah.
Or trying to, go back to 8-bit nostalgia.
And none of the games that try to do that actually look 8-bit. But at the same time, saying looking 8-bit is in of itself a stupid...
Like 16-bit. Like so many people back at school, when I went to school, were so, thrilled about that like Towerfall game. We're just like, oh my gosh, it looks like, much older, like a much older game. And yes, it did, but at the same time, it's like, it's 2017. Or no, it was like 2014, 2013, 2015. I'm going to say 2015.
But
it's just kind of like, it's just like,
I would appreciate those
games.
beyond
this.
No, I would appreciate games like that more if they actually took the amount of effort to actually bother to look authentic.
Yeah, they definitely, I guess the biggest issue I have with them always was the fact that, when they did, everything was pixelated, but not actually constrained to the pixels.
They often, I noticed that they limit themselves too much as far as sprite, but at the same time, they put no limitation on color palette. So you get, this really weird-looking, low-res MS Paint look instead of actual, NES or Commodore 64 or whatnot. And part of the thing that's fun about playing old games is going between platforms and seeing how the presentation would have differences.
I'm confused on where you're going there. Because I think only you would actually notice that the color palette is that limited.
Well, actually, the funny thing is there's a game. There's one game I played, Life of Pixel, I think it's called, where the entire game is built around that. Where not only does it recreate the graphics of each system, like actually authentically, but basically it's a platformer where like each world is a different system. Like you have Sinclair Spectrum world, you have an NES world, you have a Game Boy world, you have an Amiga world, and there's a Turrican level in the Amiga world, so that's A+ right there.
Of course.
And the funny thing is, I didn't even know about that preemptively. I just found that in the game, I'm like, what?
So I have another question for the chat. Do you guys just kind of yes at him to death when he starts talking about really old games like Turrican? Because it's kind of at this point with him, it's just kind of, yeah, of course you're going to bring up that. Of course he always has good points, but it's just like, of course you're going to find a way to tie it in.
But no, hang on, what's this? Some retro remakes are garbage like Earthworm Jim HD and Super Frog HD. Yeah, I haven't played either of those, but I've played a lot of Super Frog on the Amiga. See, they speak this language too. They know what Super Frog is and whatnot. They speak Amiga. They speak Amiga, nerd.
Well, I guess if you want to go with remakes, yes, it's not as old as some of the things that you guys are talking about, but when I was growing up, I had a game called Homeworld 2. Gearbox got the rights to the game from...
Oh, no. Gearbox.
What?
Gearbox.
Yeah. They're not the worst thing in the world. Yes, they do some screw-ups here, but, you know, they got a hold of it, and, like, they sort of remastered the game, and then also at the same time made it its own thing as well. Like, you could go back to the classic modes, but they also tried to modernize the game, too. And I think it worked for the most part.
Yes.
Because it also added functionality to... It also combined the best of the two original versions of the game into one.
Yes.
Which is really fantastic. And what do you have wrong with them? Sometimes I thought they had some somewhat decent stuff.
It's not necessarily their stuff, but they do have kind of a habit of, like, just doing things for, like, really cheap bucks or whatnot.
I enjoyed the HD remake.
Yeah. But, like
I said, they actually made an effort. They remastered the game and then
yeah.
modernized it. So they changed the game fundamentally, as well as allowing you to play in a mostly stereotypical mode, as well as updating the original versions of the games to work on modern operating systems.
Now, if only similar things could be said about Duke Nukem Forever.
Well, yeah, that was a different kind of hellhole. This was a game that they got the rights to and then just modernized.
Yeah. Oh, but they didn't start off with Duke Nukem Forever. It was given to them.
I know.
Yes.
But you're apparently saying, like, oh, this company has issues when they were handed a really shitty card.
Yeah, though it would have been all right for like 2007 or whatnot. Admittedly, they got it in like 2009, but they didn't change a thing.
I think by that point, I think it was kind of also beyond their control at that point.
Yeah.
That game was just a mess.
I mean, it is.
And I mean, like, development-wise, everything. Like, there probably was some kind of deadline that they were told to make, and they worked their hardest to make it, which required them to...
Actually, there was no
There's no deadline.
there was no deadline or whatnot. Basically, the original director or whatnot, because no, while, yeah, quite frankly, like, if Gearbox had, like, released it earlier, then that would have been one thing, but also, even in its original hands, it wasn't exactly in the best of hands.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
The game sucks because the game was just destined to suck.
Oh boy,
I hate this Shadow Mario level.
I really do too.
It's just a lot of platforming that really prevents you from actually hitting Shadow Mario.
No, guys, I remember when Duke Nukem... I know that Duke Nukem took, like, over 10 years to make or whatnot.
That's the whole point you were trying to get at.
Because, also, I remember before it came out, it being a giant joke of a game that will never come out. I remember
Well, now that's
that.
Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
And that game is definitely never going to come out. Because Valve doesn't even have, like, has, like, maybe pretty much has no one from that team that matters left.
Yep.
Like, all the writers that wrote Half-Life are gone.
Yeah.
I don't even understand why they even had writers on staff for the last, how many years?
Let's see, what was the last game with writing in it?
World War II, and they didn't even technically make that.
Yeah. Let's see, what about Boneless Turrican? What's Boneless Turrican?
Well, Sonic 06 also just had development issues, and had they been able to actually do what they wanted, Sonic, if it was ever actually given the chance and they were able to do the work that they needed to, they definitely would have actually produced a decent game.
Honestly,
as evidence of that demo that you probably talk about a lot, or have talked about before.
I've brought it up to you before, but
I'm talking about on stream or in your videos.
I don't think I've ever brought it up in my before.
Well, basically,
but
in that regard, just to finish the thought,
yeah,
educate these people. I'm sorry, you gotta learn about some kind of history sometimes in here. But pretty much what happened with that is there was the demo that came out before the game was released was actually a build created after the one that ended up becoming the game.
Well, to be more specific, because that is on the right track.
It's on the right track. It's a right enough track.
Yeah, basically, the build that you see in the demo is one that they were able to make more progress on, but was an unstable build, so they had to go back last minute to an earlier build, a less finished build, and try to re-implement things that they had put in the later builds. And again, it was very little time. And that was only one development hell aspect of that game, because honestly...
They also split the team.
Oh, yeah, no, they did not have a lot of people working on this game.
Yeah, they split the team during it so they could make another terrible Sonic game.
Well, first off, there was going to be a Wii port. There was no Wii port. That ended up being Sonic and the Secret Rings, which, yeah, no, honestly, that is worse than 06 by a long shot.
That's why I said another terrible Sonic game.
Yeah, and then they had some other people working on Sonic Genesis for the Game Boy Advance. And so they only had so many people on staff, and this was before one-button porting was ever a thing. So they only
one-button porting is still probably not as good as they'd like it to be.
Right, but still.
Wait, how have we not gotten Shadow Mario and Bianca Films?
I think we have.
Oh, that's right!
We skipped.
That's right. We skipped a level.
Yeah, but yeah. So.
Oh, stupid likes Black Knight.
I like Black Knight.
I thought that was one of the weird ones.
It's weird, but it's not bad.
Okay.
Pianta Village, alright.
Well, am I thinking of another game that might have been bizarre? Which one was Black Knight?
Black Knight was the one with the sword.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I thought it had like the annoying boss that like sucks. It was terrible.
Annoying boss? Oh, that boss no one can get past?
Yes. But yeah, apparently you can't.
You can, it's just insanely difficult. But no, like, the actual stages and whatnot are pretty fun.
Okay. You really gotta stop falling. You guys simply cannot be going down or that thing fails out. Which is a weird, I would call that a bug. I would.
Yes.
Good job. you like to fall a lot.
But no, but yeah, this was before one-button porting was ever a thing, and so they basically, and because they only had so many people on board, that when making the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions, they basically had to build the same game from the ground up twice.
And no, you do have a point about just replying to the chat. You do have a point. One-button porting is definitely a lot easier now that everything basically runs on x86 processors.
Yeah.
Which at the same time also could potentially be a detriment to the consoles.
Yeah, no, honestly, I have my issues with one-button porting. Oh, and how it's handled.
Porting in itself is just bad. You need to optimize for the platform.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that you can press one button and it will go out to each. You still need to work for the strength of the platform.
Well, the one button porting name in of itself is kind of a misnomer because you do have to do some work in order to get it running. And making sure it works. But often my problem is that often really cheap methods are used. Like, oh, let's reduce the poly count, but instead of actually building a model that would actually work optimally, oh, let's just use a lower LOD or whatnot. They just use the models that are used from more of a distance.
Oh, come on.
So, yeah, when I see, when, I forget which game it was, but before the Switch came out, there was a lot of,
Well, that's the point of Sega Forever. It is supposed to just be Genesis games, but the fact that they did use a Unity emulator is kinda...
They said they were going to do Dreamcast and Saturn.
Well, that too, but the fact that they're using a Unity emulator still is not the best idea.
Yeah.
You also didn't want to, license out the proper emulator.
Right.
Either.
Okay. Maybe I should be able to see. Maybe that would help.
If
Okay.
only we had a magic hat. Well, that's the issue with the Unity emulator.
Well,
That's what's causing the low FPS.
but yeah.
With the water barrel problem.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, but
Alright.
no water there. It drained it.
Right. So I guess I'll wait for it to come around.
Basically, that's the best way to do it. I like how that Pianta's holding a sign saying, "Take the giant angry chain chomp this way."
Yeah. So how's it going with Jack Razor? It's been kind of a weird month. I've made a lot of progress in what time I've had to work on it. But also, given some life events, I've kind of stopped doing a lot of the things I typically do.
You have to completely pull it down. You can't have any red in the chain, man.
Yeah.
So you might as well wait for it to come back.
Yep. But yeah, no, it's weird because, again, I haven't been devoting as much time to it as I did last month, but at the same time, I've made really good progress in the amount of time I have had. But yeah. But no, going back to what you were saying with the Unity emulator, Unity in of itself, because it's a easier to use game engine in of itself, it's very similar to GameMaker in that regard, although it's more professional than GameMaker, regardless, and better suited to 3D, but that's not saying much. That was not a smart idea.
Pull it down. Shoot it! Shoot it! Go! 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 Go!
Oh, will this actually work?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Excellent.
Aha!
But no, because typically easier to use engines, because they try to make themselves more accessible, and simplify the coding and whatnot in that process, they typically take up more memory to do, because they have to compile the simpler commands into other code and whatnot. I know you probably know this, but...
Unspecialized code takes more memory? What?
After that Turkish I tried playing the first 3 games with the Amiga emulator. It was a pain. Do you have the Kickstart ROMs? If not, I can probably give them to you.
Don't fall off. Come on.
I will do whatever I please. I am Superman.
Of course.
Unity is easy to use, really, because when I tried it looked complicated. It's complicated to amateurs or whatnot, or the like newcomers in that sense, but in the grand scheme of things, it's easier than any other engine of its class.
Do you know what level this is?
Is it the one with the Yoshis? Oh, yes. Oh, boy. But yeah, no, I definitely need to practice a lot more with Unity before actually, well, doing anything with 3D game development other than level design. If you give me, like, working code and whatnot, models and everything, and you want me to build levels around it, I could totally do that. But, yeah. So where's that Yoshi egg at?
It wants a lemon.
It wants a lemon? Okay.
Or whatever. But I know what it looks like. I know what it wants.
Okay.
Go to the tree.
I'm going to the tree.
It wants the thing next to the bananas.
Well,
Yellow.
okay, I better be careful about removing these fruit because, I mean, look at it. It's kind of golden. And if I'm too hasty, oh no, Spooky's going to come out. Oh shit. Oh boy. Spooky's not going to be happy. Spooky will be coming.
You lost the buffer. Good job.
But the fruit always comes back.
Except it didn't respond. Where is it?
That's a good question.
Go to the left. Turn around. Go that way. No, around. Take it. No. Oh no.
Here, take the controller.
Try.
Hello.
Okay, thanks, Mario.
Where did it go?
There it is!
That's quite the trajectory there.
I don't understand how it made it over here.
Neither did I. What if Spooky had Mario's voice? That would be amazing. Ha! At last, I am free from the confines of that accursed prison. You there, take these golden fruit out of imprisonment and follow me, in case you want to get rid of those pack people forever.
That's just scary. No, thank you. I do not want Mario Spooky. Too spoopy for me.
No! No!
Eat the clouds. Oh, you can't eat the clouds.
I will not be imprisoned again! Curse you, a Pac-Man! My ghost will free me again! No! That was fun.
Get it. It's a troll. Troll mushroom. Oh.
Erwin is Eggman confirmed.
Ah, crap. Yeah, crap. Oh, jeez. Guys.
What?
It's chucksters.
Oh, no.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys. We're going to be here a while. We are going to be here a while.
Let's see, what time is it? 4:51, okay.
Oh, we should time this. Let me get that going.
No, we should be able to tell through deduction.
It doesn't matter, I'm timing. Alright! He's a chuckster.
Then after Spooky gets imprisoned under the tree, it plays the Mario death theme.
Now it's just starting to sound like a YouTube poop.
I would not mind it if someone took the audio I just provided of Mario Spooky and put that over the original footage. Someone should do that.
I'm not doing it.
I don't expect you to.
Good job. Oh, wait, I need to show you. Yeah, I won't be able to see this. But in the quest of more insanity storage devices.
Oh. Oh.
Not to. I will have no ports left to plug in storage devices in this machine. I'm just gonna leave that there.
That backfired so hard.
Well, yeah, they're chucksters. What do you expect? Freaking chucksters. These are the worst thing in the world.
And
I
like,
only spent a minute and a half. It's felt longer.
if only I hit that sign. Do you want to give your go at the chucks?
No. I'm not a masochist.
What if Talkman had a wimpy voice? Oh boy. Well, that would actually... That would fit. Because, no, part of the joke with Talkman was... Like, he had this really menacing voice and this menacing presence, but at the same time, he just wanted a hug.
What?
He just wanted
What
to...
game is this?
Packer Road 1. He just wanted some recognition in his life. So, no, like,
in his life. Mario immediately jumps to his death.
Like literally, like you go to the final boss cutscene and whatnot. Because no, it's just like a lonely ghost. He built a Pac-Man robot costume and whatnot. So he tries impersonating Pac-Man and whatnot. That's basically the plot. Oh look, Weeb is in the chat. There's been no mention of today's Pac-Man versus announcement. I'm surprised you care!
Well, here's the other thing. We're dealing with chucksters right now. You should be concerned about our well-being due to having to deal with chucksters. It's very hard dealing with these people.
Yes. I wasn't even thinking that...
Farther back, dude. No, you're going to die.
Too late. It's too late.
Told you you're gonna die. See, this is why chucksters are such a pain in the butt. You still keep talking to them too early. Come on, chucksters. Can't you see
Chuckster Death Compilation.
Man, it's not even a compilation. You just play the video. You don't even need to compilate it. It's already. Please bring all chuckster supports to their nearest chuckster. Yes, I would very much like to send a chuckster to a chuckster.
Okay.
That's why they don't walk close enough to each other. If you notice, they never bump into each other. Because if they did, they'd be chucking chucksters. Oh, you dirty cheater. Come on. You deserve that for cheating.
No one will blame me.
Except we were able to do this on an actual GameCube just the other week.
Yeah.
Without all of these helps.
Oh look, it's the Diet Goombas.
Diet Goombas.
What if Mario had Pac-Man's lines in Pac-Man World 3 and Mario Odyssey? Oh god.
No, that wouldn't fit.
Haha! I have a boner!
Wait, that's actually a line.
No. But there is that one boner joke in Pac-Man World 3.
Why?
Because it was the edgy era.
How are boners edgy? Why are we asking these questions?
Oh boy. So no, I've started working on another review. Not. Well, Jim Blade knows about this, but the chat does not. I've started working on a review for. Oh, this guy has stopped.
He's broken. Chuckster broke. Chuckster.exe has stopped responding.
But yeah.
.exe stopped responding at the right place.
So no, my next review is going to be Mario Galaxy 2. I played the game last weekend in one sitting.
Prepare for shit posts.
Immediately after
shit post the video.
Now I played so I think it was Friday. I sat down and I played Super Mario Galaxy all the way through in one sitting. The next day I did the same for Mario Galaxy 2. And honestly, I would much rather play Pac-Man World 3 twice than play Mario Galaxy 2 again, all the way through.
That's some pretty serious commentary there.
Yeah, no, because, yes.
Put himself through Pac-Man World 3, guys.
Twice in a row.
In a row, one sitting.
Because, no, it's... Yes, Pac-Man World 3, it's... Like, it has a lot of problems. It's not a very fun game for me.
He's a chuckster.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know he was a chuckster.
But at the same time, it has a lot of problems. It's like one of those really batshit insane sequels, but at the same time, it's insane. You're going to remember it. I remember everything from that game. And it's...
I know there's Yoshi.
Whether or not it's fun to talk about, I mean, whether or not it's fun to play, it is one thing kind of universally. It's fun to talk about. It's a fun game to talk about, even if it's not fun to play. It's, at least for me.
I get it.
No. It's kind of one of those, like, how does this exist? You kind of find its existence kind of amusing. With Galaxy 2, it's just boring and forgettable.
Did we actually get that show?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about from the Chuckster level, I'm talking about from the Chuckster there.
Oh! Okay, well, let's get a coin.
Actually get it. Let's find out. Let's look.
Alrighty.
We got it.
Excellent.
So we don't need to deal with the somewhat decent Chuckster. It still takes your money, though.
Oh no, it begins. Alrighty. Let's see, Peon
Yes,
Temple.
I knew that if Mario lost his hat in this game, he eventually dies. Which was something that confused me a lot when I was a child. One of our friends showed us that, and I think you know which one.
What are we talking about again?
Mario losing his hat in this game.
Oh, yeah.
He dies.
Yeah.
I think you know which one I'm talking about when it showed us.
Yes.
Showed me that. So that left me so confused when I was younger.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck is his connection to his hat? He will die without it. What is this?
It's just sausage.
I think most people are excited for Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, no, I would type in one as well, but it caused me to beam back to the Chucksters.
Yeah, let's not do that. Actually.
No!
I was going to press the save state, not load state. Gosh. Do you think I want to deal with Chucksters again?
No.
Good.
But if Weep was here, he would do that. 6.
No.
Do you know the ending leaves with Mario's hat? Yeah, no. I remember the ending.
No. Next comment.
Oh.
After that, they're linked.
6.
No, after.
Way to go, Luma. You killed Mario. Yes.
We're only kind of, sort of here. Don't you have, like, 2 monitors? Something? I thought you had more than 1 monitor. Pinatas in need. You know, I'm gonna call them pinatas now.
Pinatas.
They are pinatas.
What's this level?
It's possible people get lost in the chat. We get distracted by the game a lot. And sometimes there's actual bursts of chatting. So remember, you have to fully clean them. Otherwise, you're going to fail the mission.
But
They have
last
to be
time,
dancing.
last time it did.
No, we sprayed one of them, and we eventually won at the last second.
There was one level we did in stream where we had a similar time limit objective, and the time limit wasn't going down.
Oh yes, I remember that one. That was great. We can just see if that level is just broke that time, or is actually just broken.
Alright, let's see. Boom. Alright, I think you could look into Mega Man 8. Maybe, I haven't played it. I'm willing to give it a shot. The voice acting is hilarious, though. I will say that. But just because the game doesn't have good voice acting, that doesn't make the game bad. But still, the voice acting is pretty damn hilarious.
Voice acting only goes so far.
Dr. Wowie.
Oh, that's the voice acting?
You haven't seen the voice acting?
No. Why do you
It was viral!
How often do you think I actually get into the viral trends?
This was, like, popular in, like, 2007.
Yeah, that's even less of a reason.
Hang on, where's the last one? Aha.
I expect you wouldn't be there.
Time stop.
It's kind of hard to review mobile games without really being able to get footage of them, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't really have the means to do that. I'm also not that interested in reviewing mobile games.
Also, sometimes mobile games cost money.
Yeah.
For something that you're not going to play ever again. It's kind of one of those things, like, it's nice when reviewers review things, but, like, it's one of those things also, though, it's like, it's kind of a waste for them to review something that they're only going to play for the sake of the review.
Yeah, hence why, typically I kind of do the opposite. Like, I just...
You review games that...
You play.
Yeah. Eventually you'll run into a problem, though, when you run out of them.
Yes. Well, typically I just, like, I play the games that I'm interested in, or whatnot. I look around a lot, so I don't really run out.
Eventually you'll run out of games. Eventually you would.
Maybe.
Be a while, though. A lot of games.
Well, I keep getting more, is the
That's
thing.
what I'm saying!
Yes.
Why are we exploring still?
I forgot where the shine was.
You have to go back to the front. Did you talk to him?
No.
You have to talk to the guy.
Okay,
Talk to the mayor.
I thought I saw it beam back for like a fraction of a second, and I wasn't
Maybe
thinking.
I think you have to talk to the mayor. Just talk to the mayor.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to the mayor. He's
Because you still have all the UI up.
yeah.
You know, so like
He's still running around like a. I don't know.
You talk to him like something flash.
No,
There you go. See?
I know you could talk to him while he's running. I was just making the comment that he was running around like a failed analogy. How do you feel about Martin coming back to voice Pac-Man? He has no real dialogue, just grunts, yells, and occasional cheers. I'd be fine with that. Because no, honestly, Martin T. Sherman definitely was the best Pac-Man voice. Easily. In fact, one thing I can say about Pac-Man World 3's was voice acting. I disagreed with a lot of the direction they gave him and a lot of the writing that they gave a lot of the characters, but the voices, the voice
that he was talking, surely.
the voice acting was well cast.
Yeah, like feel out of place from what I've seen in the game, but at the same time, just kind of like, I guess it didn't seem that bizarre. I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Because it also was kind of one of those things. It's like people need to talk because you really can't deal with. And yes, and this is kind of going to attack a negative comment about ukulele, but you really don't want that kind of rare talk anymore. Like we're in the era where it's very easy to record.
I honestly am pretty glad though that they're updating it to make it so that's not so much of a thing if you don't want it to be.
So what? They just turn out the rare talk? Just turn it off?
Yeah, either that or minimize it. I forget, but yeah, they.
God. That's just annoying. Like it was cool back in the day because, or like it made sense looking back at the games because it was harder to sample audio like voice.
Right.
So like that was the best they could do. Now they're just doing it because they're lazy. They didn't want to hire voice actors.
Well, I mean, they hired voice actors and whatnot. I think at that point it was just to keep the stylistic part of it.
Like number one complaint of the game, though. You want banjo? Here's banjo. Like a remake, like a new banjo. Like it definitely seemed good and things like that.
Pac-Man Party and Pac and Roll are probably the best. Only real takes of the young son of Pac-Man Day. Like, what was Pac-Man Party? So you like Jimmy Neutron Pac-Man? Because no, the same voice actress who did Jimmy Neutron voiced Pac-Man at one point.
No.
She didn't really talk, but more like, yeah!
Alright, we're almost here.
So Factor 5, what's the worst game you've ever made? Ooh, that's a hard one.
You know, it's kind of funny how this world is flooded.
Yes.
Explore.
Yes. Let us explore. Someone could have been having a picnic, or had a nice meal under those umbrellas.
The fact that they flooded this area, you're flooding an area that shares a coast with the ocean.
Yes.
You flooded the entire world. I also like how this boat is just confusing going in circles.
Okay. Oh, what's going on here?
Did we save that guy?
I think he's on fire again.
Again?
He found a way.
I'm fairly certain we saved this man. No, let him... save him. He likes to continue to run while we're trying to save him.
I think you gotta tell you why clone should have.
Well, it depends on how it's done.
I don't know, with Klonoa, yeah, I couldn't really imagine Klonoa any other way.
Oh yeah, that is right.
What?
This level is built off of an earlier build of Delfino Plaza, actually.
Oh yeah.
So there's hidden secrets
Oh
from
boy.
earlier development.
Let's explore. Let's explore. I like to explore.
Like, one of the things you'll notice is that like the sewer system doesn't work. They're like just textures. Not sure what the secrets are, though, but they are secrets. But see?
Yes. So also at the same time, that might not have been because it's a later build, but more so because we got alter it anyway.
Yeah.
And why take the time to render something
No, I know.
if it's
And probably they need to do stuff.
got a little book club going on here?
Yeah, we got a book club going on. You should talk to them.
I don't know, they seem kind of pissed at me. What's this? The water ceased coming from the mountain. I wonder if it all dried up. I don't think you have to...
coming from the mountain, but everything else flooded.
This is not good for my business. My durians are going to rot. My cakes will burn.
It's like his cabbages. Well,
can't
then you
say
can
I'm-
always move.
Until it was a while ago, the water was quite hot. There was a lot of steam, but I guess it's cooled now.
Oh, that's not.
Okay, you were asking me what? What do you think of Pac-Man's voice in Pac-Man 2? It's hilarious. Alright, time to subject myself to the held as Corona Mountain.
Wait, get the shades.
Okay, you want me to get the shades? Okay.
Yes, get the shades.
Alright, I'll get the shades.
I love it. My town is flooded. I still love the sun. I love the sun. Wait, talk to the cops. Talk to the cops. They're over there in the other building. They're over there.
I see them.
With a toad.
What did that toad do? That toad is in some deep shit right now. Look at it. Look at that toad. Hang on. Look at his face.
He has seriously screwed up. Now talk to the cops. Talk to the cops.
Is this your doing too? Dumping goop, dumping water? Just make up your mind. Everyone evacuated to their roofs, and a good thing too.
Okay, that one is like, that one's nice now. Not so mean. Wait, is that pipe also out?
Well, let's see.
It looks like it's a texture. No, that one might actually work.
It sure is brighter. Have our shy sprites come back.
Oh my gosh, where does this go?
Nowhere.
I was about to say, like, that one should be part of the normal sewer system. Oh, but first, what do you got to do?
What?
Just go back the way you came.
Oh? I showed my friend Pac-Man gets played on his birthday. Oh no.
Okay, quit the level. So, remember how Delfino was all flooded?
Why? What happened?
Remember how it was all flooded?
Oh? Oh my.
Hey, we saved everything! Everything's back to normal!
Woohoo! We have beat the game!
Guys, we beat the game! Congratulations! We can forget about Peach, no one cares.
Let's subject ourselves to hell.
I'm just saying, you don't have to, because Delfino Plaza went back to normal.
True, but where's the fun in that? This is a stream after all.
Be that way. Well, that's just a weird little coding bug, I think. They honestly should have made it stay that way. Considering that there should be nothing else to do except for this. By the time you activate that. Well, I guess there are those, 8 coin levels. But then again, I also don't think they expect you to quit like that.
Yes. Sure, see... People are talking about World 3 soundtrack in the chat. Honestly, the soundtrack was easily the best thing about that game, in my opinion. There are songs I do like in that game. It's not World 2's soundtrack, but at the same time, that's a really hard feat to go to. Because World 2's soundtrack is World 2's soundtrack.
He likes World's 2 soundtrack.
Yes.
If you can't tell.
Yes.
Boat!
Oh boy.
Boat! Boat. Boat. Boat, boat, boat. He is motorboat. Broom, broom. Why is the lava going up? So why does your water not interact with the lava? This is just death water. It's not actually lava. Just saying. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. Sweet bananas.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Am I actually going to do it first try? Haha!
I like how bumping once with that causes it to fail.
Yep.
It It's a really bad boat.
It's a really bad boat, and it handles like crap. Alrighty. Oh, jeez.
How do we put on clouds? Mario's. Oh, wait. This is a throwback to the original games. Ah, you saved yourself by landing on a crate. This is a throwback, actually, to the original Pac-Man. No, Mario.
Ha!
You and all your Pac-Man talk. I blame you for this. This is your fault. But seriously, this is a throwback, though, to the original Mario.
With the cloud?
Yes, because he can walk on clouds.
Yeah.
The original.
And yet he can't in Galaxy 2 without the cloud power-up, which is admittedly the best power-up. Oh. Best Bowser voice.
It is the best Bowser voice.
Best Bowser voice.
Best Bowser voice.
Did you hear I still find Sonic is a better game than Shadow? Shadow is more polished than 06. But 06 did some pretty interesting things.
Just keep getting the lag that it does. No, it doesn't. That's nice.
Yes. Oh, jeez. I could take a few hits. No. Okay.
So I know that on the GameCube, this part of the level actually lags.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how an emulator actually runs the level better than the original hardware.
Yes.
Which actually makes this level a little bit easier.
But yeah, no, I've heard people complain about this level, and I mean, with this boss saying it's kind of a weak finale, and yeah, I kind of get it, but seeing how the last Bowser fight I just had was the one from Galaxy 2, no, this is amazing in comparison. Because no, even the people who really like Galaxy 2 often admit the ending is terrible. Oh boy.
Mario, get off your butt. I understand you're on fire.
Hang on, what's this? I'm still waiting for a remastered version of Jimmy Neutron for the PlayStation 2.
No, you're not. There's lies and you know it. Oh, hey,
Still
look.
say the weakest 3D Mario was 3D Land or whatnot. Yeah, but at the same time, I had no expectations for it because Galaxy 2 killed any interest in Mario at that point. 3D World earned my trust again.
Yeah, 3D World was like the start of like them actually getting their act together again.
Yeah.
But it took until Odyssey to really
Yeah, no, Odyssey
bring Mario back to where he needs to be.
Odyssey honestly looks like the first Mario game in like 10 years that's actually fantastic, not just decent.
So what was the last one that kind of reached that?
I would say the original Galaxy.
Okay. So we're going to 100% this game?
No.
Basically done.
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot to stop timing it from the chuckster.
How long has it been since we started the Chucksters?
Since the chucksters, it has been half an hour. God dang, stupid chucksters.
Same game in two parts, though. Honestly, I'm going to go into more of this in my review, but even within the context of itself, Galaxy 2 went on way too long. It is one of the most painfully, artificially extended games I've ever played. Honestly, the game is...
Bowser's just like, oh. You do realize that when you're older, Mario is probably going to be like old and not a problem, right? Just saying. Just saying. By the time it becomes an actual, once you become an actual threat to Mario, Mario is going to pretty much have retired.
Oh look, Flood's back.
Yay! To never appear again except in Smash.
That Toad, off camera, kills Flood right then and there.
Oh no! Damn it, Toad!
There can only be one. Who's the best?
No, none of the Toads would kill each other until one. There can only be one.
There is only one Toad. Someone make a movie out of that now.
We just need to take a scene from that movie and do it with Toads. Alright, so, do we have anything else, or?
No, I think that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, let's let them have the credits into it.
Yes. Wait, what? Cortana is the same voice actor as Peach? What? That's bizarre.
What the heck is with all the cheering? This is some weird cheering. Or should you just, like, press a button to cause that?
I think it's in there.
Oh, God.
The end.
The end? I really don't understand that clip. Right there at the end. It's like, why would Il Pantissimo look at the paintbrush in a way that makes it look like he wants it?
Yes. Alrighty. And that was Sunshine. Oh, yes. Anything you want to add to it?
Nope.
Okay, can we close the stream?
Sure.
Okay, this is an awkward goodbye, but yes. So are you going to review Galaxy 2? Yes, I'm actually working on it right now.
Exactly, right now.